Good morning. Welcome to today's message. Let's see what spirit. Oh, jumping quick. Six of Swords. That is travel and fast movement. Moving on from something. So, whatever decision you've made, it may involve travel. Then we have the Eight of Swords, which I call that the baby devil card. That is not looking at the things around you, not paying attention to things around you. Wow. And then we have the Seven of Wands in reverse. The Seven of Wands in reverse is usually self-defense, protecting, solo projects. If you look at the Seven of Wands, they're definitely protecting, feeling defensive. This is a fish out of water, for lack of a better way to say it. It's a man under the ocean being attacked by mermen, or thinking he's being attacked. It doesn't necessarily mean he is, but it's definitely his perception of things. That being in the reverse would be indicative of not protecting yourself, maybe some weak boundaries, some giving up on a situation, maybe. Let's see what else we got. We got the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. So the Queen of Pentacles is a envious person. They're financially dependent. This Queen is not financially dependent on anyone. She's very financially independent. So when she comes in the reverse, that speaks of someone who is depending on someone for their, wow. We've got the Tower in reverse. So avoiding a potential disaster. And then to end the reading, we have the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. And the Seven of Pentacles is working very hard and setting something up and putting everything in place and then giving up right before it came to fruition. So we've got, let's start over. We got the Six of Swords, which is travel. It is the transition. It's a transition. Maybe you're relocating, maybe you're moving, but it's definitely a transition. It appears to be fast moving. I mean, we're on a sled. We've got the seal that probably the sled looks like it's going to pass the seal at some point. So definitely, probably a hasty decision involving travel and or relocation, followed by the Eight of Swords. And the Eight of Swords is self-imposed restrictions, isolation. This mermaid has all of her swords up, defending herself, not wanting to look at the situation for what it truly is. Like I said, the mini devil card, this is all self-imposed. Nobody's done this to her. She has done this to herself. She's not speaking, she's not looking, she's not feeling, she's not letting anybody in. She's definitely overthinking the situation and has put herself here intentionally. So from there, we go to the Seven of Wands in reverse. And the Seven of Wands is, like I said, weak boundaries, stalling, giving up. This person let themselves get walked all over and finally just had enough. Said, enough is enough, and realized that their boundaries are very weak, realized they were not speaking their truth, realized they were not really being true to themselves or being authentic in the way that they were communicating. A lot of times when we have those weak boundaries, when we don't speak up for ourselves, we do get to the point where when we do finally say something, everything comes out all at once. It comes out jumbled. It comes out completely in an attacking, aggressive way, however unintentional that may have been. When we have those weak boundaries, we reach a point where we have to just go away. We overthink everything, every boundary that we ever did not set that was broken, and we place that sword in the ground around us, right? So we've taken every little possible thing that we can in the situation that was wrong, that we just kept our mouth shut to keep the peace, and we take that and we use it as a sword to build up a barrier around us so that nobody can break those boundaries again. The trick is, though, that we have to set them in order for them to not be broken. After we give up on all of this, then we get the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, and that's, financial dependence, it's greed, it's envy, it's probably, this person that wasn't respecting whatever boundaries, or maybe pushing boundaries that they didn't even know existed, or just assumed that there were no boundaries. When this person finally starts to set them and starts to build up their walls, this person is like, hey, what's up? I don't know what you're doing here. They end up with a lot of envy, I think. Envy that they didn't have the money that they maybe thought they should have had, or maybe they didn't have the resources that they thought they should have had. But either way, they come out feeling less than at the end of the day. And then we have the Tower in reverse, and the Tower, of course, is indicative of life-altering, shattering surprises. This isn't necessarily always a bad thing. Sometimes these surprises that come are actually gifts from the universe. We may ask for things from the universe, ask for solutions to problems that we have, and when those solutions appear, we cannot question them. We have to just be grateful for what the universe has to give us. When we are grateful and we accept the changes gracefully, and we accept that things are no longer going to be the way they were, and whatever prayer you prayed and wish that you made finally does come, and it doesn't come in the box that you expected it to be in, then you have avoided that Tower moment, right? You have avoided the oppression. You have avoided the disaster. You're afraid of the change, but it's something that you have embraced gracefully, and you've literally avoided all of the unwanted change, the ruin and the disgrace, and you have left the situation gracefully, or as gracefully as you possibly can. And then to end the reading off, we've got the Seven of Pentacles in reverse, and the Seven of Pentacles is giving up too soon. It's working without the reward. It's being lazy. These mer people have worked very hard for the baby that's coming, but the basket is empty. And, in the upright, they may have given it that one last shot. They may have put in the hard work and had a delayed success. They're waiting for the return on investment. But when this comes in the reverse, the more people are giving up. Maybe the baby's never coming. They're just, they have laid the foundation. They've done the work. They don't see the results, and they have to just give up and not put any more investing into a situation that is not bearing any fruit. I don't see this as a bad reading, guys. I don't see this as anything other than it is. We learned a lot. We learned we have to set our boundaries. We learned not to be envious or jealous of others. We've learned to accept the endings in our lives gracefully, and we've learned that even though we may have put all of the work in, walking away from something that is never going to return on your investment is never a bad thing, because we didn't get nothing out of the situation, right? We were always learning and growing, and every situation, regardless of how fruitless it seems, always gives us a reason to be grateful for the situations that we find ourselves in. If we didn't set the boundaries, we learned to set the boundaries. If we had a little bit of envy and whatnot, then we've learned not to be that way. And in doing so, we have actually averted all kinds of disastrous things that could have happened, and we're walking away with grace and dignity. So, we all know, guys, every ending brings a new beginning. There's sunlight to be had tomorrow. The sun always rises. There's change is never a bad thing. We move on, we learn, and we grow, and we show gratitude for the situations that we've had in our lives. So definitely something to think about. You know, as bad as the situation may look, it was good. It taught us a lesson. It taught us skills. And we take those skills with us when we move on. And we are forever grateful for those people and lessons in our lives. And that is true growth. When you can look back on a situation that you know, maybe others may have been envious of, or may be resentful of, or may want to throw stones and pick apart and really just feel like they were personally attacked. We are able to look at those situations from a place of love and a place of gratitude, and know that, you know, everybody involved has grown immensely and still has a lot of growing to do. So our advice from Spirit is to release. I stop fighting my fears and the hardships of life. I control my thoughts, live in the present moment, and accept each stage of life. I work on what I have power over, and I put into God's hands what I cannot change. I trust that everything will work out for the best. I mean, you literally releasing and not bringing disaster upon yourself by hanging on to things that just are no longer serving you. And then balance. I find balance between each sphere of my life. I'm the master of my daily life. I make time to nourish the spiritual and the physical. I bring love to my world by fulfilling the needs of my body and my soul. So find that balance. Find the balance between light and dark, between endings and beginnings, between good and bad, between envy and gratitude. Find the balance with all of it. So that is your message for today. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll talk soon.